Hello. Welcome along. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about the brand new Rothman Jacobs track, which is out, tomorrow as I speak, might be out by now by the time you get to see this. And it's called Rock On. It's completely different from those tracks we have already released, and I'm going to explain why. And in this episode, we're also going to be talking about David Essex. Hi, my name's Simon Jacobs. This is episode 77 of Adventures in Pop, and it's all the better because you're here, which is great. So, a new Rothman and Jacobs track called Rock On, and as the name might suggest to some people, to some of the older viewers, how can I say this sensitively, there is a link with David Essex. I want to explain what that link is because actually it ties into some of the things we've been talking about recently about copyright and about royalties and that rather dangerous line that people sometimes take in terms of do you credit, do you not credit, are you allowed to use bits of samples, are you allowed to take an idea, etc. Well, Rothman and Jacobs, that's me and Jonny, we wrote this track, I would say probably Earth time. It was probably around 2005, I reckon. And I think to put it in context, you've got to think sampling bits of songs was not a new thing, So you can think about big breakthrough albums like Moby, that was right at the beginning of the noughties, or in fact the end of the last century. He was doing that big time, and it was all very mainstream. But now I think by 2005, it was possible for the bedroom producers to kind of get in on the act of sampling. So I remember Jonny and I thinking, let's have a play with a sample. What should we sample? And I think we were trying to be as eclectic as possible in our choice of things to sample. Absolutely not go to the most obvious places. And I can't remember which of us thought it might be clever to pick out Rock On, the first single, or certainly the first hit single, and a very big hit it was, from David Essex, who was a quintessentially perfect pop star for the kind of early 70s period, after Mark Bolan, but before we've ever even thought of Take That, or the Spice Girls, etc. Anyway, so we chose to do a little bit of sampling from Rock On by David Essex, and one of the reasons was because on the track you can find bits of the song where you can hear his vocal with very little in the background to get in the way of your recording. Ideally you would have a bit of a cappella with no background orchestration and arrangement, but failing that, you could still with this track you could still get some quite useful samples that didn't sound too cluttered by what was already recorded. So I think we took a little recording of David Essex singing Rock On, and one other line, Blue Jean Baby Queen. And then I think we thought about how we would construct the song, and we started coming up with something, and it went it has absolutely, it bears no relation, the actual song itself, the track, to the David Essex composition of Rock On. So I think then we thought, but we're still kind of using a bit of a sample, but it's taken us somewhere 180 degrees over there rather than this way. And then we thought, look, actually we don't really want to spend years trying to get permission for something, or to get into trouble for not having got permission for something. The easiest way through this is to basically, we haven't used the song, why don't we not use the samples as well? And instead of the samples of David Essex in his own voice, we opted for Jonny in his own voice, well, or his best David Essex voice, to just re-sing those samples so that it's not David Essex, we haven't stolen anything, it's Jonny. Now, I think that's great, and I think it's legal, but at the same time, I think I want to acknowledge that we started with a bit of inspiration from David Essex, and David Essex actually is the writer of the original Rock On. So, David, look, if you're watching, A, thank you, and B, if you want to get in touch and we'll credit you something, I think we'd be arguing over a percentage of, £11.30, but please, by all means, my door is open and I'd love to talk to you. That should do it, shouldn't it? So where we got up to was a track which I'm going to play to you in full in just a moment, which is basically a chill out track. I should have said that earlier. It has no words other than Blue Jean, Baby Queen, and Rock On, and that's all you can hear in Jonny's voice, against a track which bears no relation to David Essex's original. Now, having said all that, all those caveats, I love David Essex. I think he was a really good pop star for his time. He was a complete natural. He knew exactly what to do. He knew how to play the camera. He just got it all right. And maybe he's a little underrated. And I think those pop star hits were fantastic. So in the video, here's what I've done. I'm going to have to whisper this. I don't want YouTube obviously to find out. But in the video, I've just sneaked really small bits of a very early David Essex performance of this song actually into the video. So it's not synced up or anything. It's just to be able to have a glimpse of the man himself doing it, because he's the inspiration. Thank you. So what we have here is a very different track. It's a chill out track. It grows. It's orchestrated. It's digital. It should take you places. And there's a video that I hope just kind of enhances the same. So there you've got it. And as I say, it's written by Rothman and Jacobs, but with massive respect to David Essex, and as I say, get in touch. Until next time, enjoy the track, and I'll be back next week because we're going to be turning our attentions next week to the fabulous Goldhall Foxes. See ya.